Ew, what is up? What is happening? I hope everybody's doing well. So I actually lost the footage to the second to last war, which of course I, didn't die in, but I don't have evidence of it, so I guess it didn't happen. So of course I have the footage of the last war of the season where I take an L. Again, this has been the worst season I've had in a long time. I don't know how many deaths, like 6 maybe? Something not great. What's frustrating about this path is like I died to a fight that I didn't think I was going to die to. We drop an L2 and somehow Zemo keeps 1% of his health, so we overkill with a L3. We have Rintra, which is not a tough fight at all. I actually think ghosting Rintra is a pretty smooth fight. You can punish his L1 with a heavy if you need to, but for the most part, it's a very ghostable fight. I realized that most of my path I can ghost, so I only needed to bring Mole Man so I could bring Wasp. I don't remember a time where I didn't need to fill my attack team with a third attacker, and instead I was able to bring a synergy champ, which is rare. So nevertheless, we've got Wasp, so we're able to we don't need to stutter step our L2s. We can just throw them normally because they're unblockable. I can't quite remember. Right, so we have Guardian and then Maestro and then Korg. I like to ghost Korg. I think it's pretty smooth, pretty easy. The Guardian fight, he is a meta defender, I believe, so we do need to go in with Mole Man. We throw on an invulnerability boost, and I wish I would have. You'll see what happens. This fight is very straightforward. We're not gonna heavy or anything. We're just gonna play very traditionally, play the Mole Man style, which is very smooth. I don't know if I dex every single L1 or if I start blocking it. I think I was like, maybe I shouldn't risk dexing the L1 every time, just because sometimes, oh no, you know what? I get hit by the L1. The next L1 I take to the face. I felt like it was a very smooth dex, but it wasn't. I'm sure we will see it happen right here. Yep. Sometimes with this L1, you feels like you dex, but you end up blocking and kind of parrying the first hit, and then by dexing, you let go of your block and you get hit with the next few. So after that, I was like, just freaking block it. You barely take any damage from the block. On the L1, I think it's like 750, maybe, 500 damage. Maybe a little more, maybe 1600, but that's nothing. That's totally acceptable. Acceptable losses there for your health. Playing this style with Mole God definitely takes a while. I'm only doing 17k per hit, but we do get a nice little crit. Both 3 crits on that one actually ended up being 100k L2 without going into frenzy. Okay, so my strategy for this was to use a power start 1 and heavy, go into frenzy, throw my L2. My issue, so this node basically is EMP, which is why I'm bringing Mole Man. Whenever one of your buffs expires, he gains power, and I did the strategy where you let them hit into your block and to trigger that unstoppable, right, which goes into frenzy. So I did that twice, I think, and I just didn't compute that that's going to give him too much power each time the unstoppable expires. So in hindsight, I could do that strategy, but I just would need an invul boost. So I could just play the L3 game, where you just tank L3s. So I should have baited the L1 here, but I go for the starting frenzy into L2. Now you'll see that that unstoppable ended and he gets an L3. Now, it's not that, oh, he's like not being too bad about, oh, okay, so there you go, he does throw. And I do survive this, but he goes into his, he starts rooting on specials like immediately. After this, he gets a lot of his, I think, cosmic whatevers from his L3. So he's already up to like 40 of them, I think. So you can see I'm gonna be rooted for this L2. I should have, you know, that wasn't too bad there. I'm glancing, so obviously I'm not critting. I need my L2. Smoked. I just played that fight like shit. I was pissed. I was like fucking angry about that fight. That fight, I don't know why that fight got me, but that fight made me kind of grumpy for like a half an hour afterwards, which I do not like. I don't like Alliance War to do that, but it was just like it was the last war of the season. It was just like a nice cap over like, you know, the final war, to have to do that. Maybe Ghost would have been better there. I don't know, but yeah, whatever. Who knows? Maybe Ghost would have been better in hindsight, and I just did Hood, and that way I would have bypassed damage while I was phased, so I wouldn't have really been affected by the shock, and I probably could have taken the Guardian, even though he's a meta defender. Ghost would have been fine there, I think, because my specials would have been unblockable. Yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have just done that, but whatever. Hindsight's always 20/20, right? Now, on the bright side, this fight goes well. Ghost handles Korg. I still think she's one of the best counters for Korg. It's so easy. You're just doing light attack, you know, phasing into light attack. You can dex that L1, no problem. There is a power drain on the node, so I think whenever you something expires, so I decided to go for the L2 because I do get 2 out of the 3 to get full damage before his rock shield comes back. So now I just need to you know, try to bait out this L2. I think we're gonna lose a little power once that cruelty is off, but we shut it off. His shield shattered before we are power drained. I do have a tech boost, so I go in for another L2, and that should wrap the fight up. So I guess we do finish the war season with a good fight, but still, man, that Maestro fight, that sucked, man. Anyways, all right, guys, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the uploads from this season. Yeah, I'll check you guys later. Peace.